Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. Welcome to Invictus Launch Week and Day 1 and what I will be calling the Invictus Ship of the Day. Today and tomorrow, the hall is dominated by Roberts Space Industries, or RSI, and dominated is indeed the term, as right in front, nobody can miss the huge presence of the RSI Polaris. But that's tomorrow's Ship of the Day. For people returning to Star Citizen or exploring for the first time, there are some things different with this year's show because this is the first show since the launch of 3.23. The main thing that you will have to know is you don't rent ships by trying to click on the ship. You go to the placard on the display, hover over it, and then use the new shopping interface to rent by holding F. The old piece of advice of mine is still to make the best use of your time by touring the big ships on the show floor and renting the smaller ships. Another new feature is the mini-map in the upper left, which coordinates with the Mobiglass map. Unfortunately, they did not fully implement the routing and marker features on the hull, at least not yet. Today's ship of the day is the just-announced Ursa Medevac, which you can think of as an Ursa with a med bed, or you can think of it as the Pisces C8R on wheels. Either works. The $55 new money with lifetime insurance, or $60 with store credit and 120-month insurance during the show. But remember, you will need a ship with a cargo bay big enough to carry a full rover to actually use it anywhere. So something like a Constellation or a Corsair at a minimum. So, as a solo adventurer, like portrayed in the promotional video, the Pisces Medical is going to be the better solution. The URSA, well, let's face it, nobody's going to actually call it the Ursa Medevac, is going to be the way to supplement your existing large multi-cruise ships with regen capabilities. So that brings me to that promotional video. And that points out a number of things. One thing that it points out is that the change to respawn mechanics was not a last-second thing. It takes time to script, capture, voice, edit, etc. with this sort of high-quality promotional video. The other scenario was that the marketing videos department is so siloed and had no clue of how the game works, but yet so powerful that they could come up with whatever they wanted to and say, make the game look like this commercial. That is so tail-wagging the dog that I would prefer to presume that that was not the case. Anyway, the video perfectly displays the pro and con arguments to this new respawn change. It's fast, it's fun, it's devil-may-care. But you can also say, where's the character's medic teammate? What are the consequences of such utterly irresponsible gameplay? Is this a persistent world simulation or an arcade shooter? The answer is that Arena Commander and Star Citizen are different games. Rapid match play action matters. It matters a lot. Persistence matters. It matters a lot. Yet I see people who really like playing Arena Commander, argue that Star Citizen will fail unless it offers really fast and easy respawn. And I see people who really like Star Citizen. Well, actually, people who really like Star Citizen don't really think about Arena Commander as anything other than a test bed, which is also bad because some mechanics that would work well in Star Citizen would be terrible in Arena Commander. So absolutely, there are more changes coming really soon to death and respawn. And as recently as they're explaining the tests of Sniper Glint, they were saying that the reason why they were doing this was that there were soon going to be increasing consequences of death.
Better for the game that we're heading towards eventually. But this was something we wanted to try out purely because when we start adding more and more systems into the game that kind of lead us to this death of a spaceman kind of future, which for people who don't know, is basically there's going to be more punishment through death. Death is going to be, it's going to be a very big deal.
But the thing is, I've died 1,000 times. Because the regen has always been the strategy.
You can call it Death of a Spaceman or you call it something else, but the basic design goal of needing to be careful and avoiding defeat has never not been the goal. Anyway, other observations about the URSA? Well, the remote turret is unchanged, so if you were expecting some sort of advanced search and rescue scanner, you will be disappointed. So, well, the bottom line, should you buy the URSA? Two answers. First, do you plan on buying any other ship in the game that is worth more than $55 and aren't planning on doing it with store credit? In that case, buy the Ursa Medevac and then upgrade it. In other words, the traditional LTI token use of a small ship. Now, if your desired ship is $55 or less, buy the Mirai Pulse at $25 US and then upgrade. We actually have 2 LTI upgrade token ships in this show cycle already. Second, do you own any of the following ships? The Valkyrie, the Freelancer Max, the Mercury Star Runner, the Constellation, the Origin 600, and the Corsair. If so, ask yourself, would you spend $55 to add a removable, respawn-capable medical module to it? Well, of course you would. They're going to sell a ton of these. But for everyone else, the unwheeled version, the Pisces C8R, is likely the better choice. In fact, I guess that with these new changes, they will actually result in more sales of the C8R than the Ursa, or more technically, sales of the Pulse Plus to C8R upgrades. Now for an update on our giveaways. We have our special membership level to help cover travel costs, to have the channel have live CitizenCon coverage with the one giveaway to a Hull C. And yes, I will be giving away the Colossal Cargo Container Carrying Craft, even if our live CitizenCon coverage has to be remote. And the fundraiser does not have to reach 100% in order for me to make that decision. Plus, the regular Grow the Channel ship giveaway to give some lucky player, the Zippy Zazzy Zafty Zephyr, the Zeus 2 Cargo, and the marvelous multi-rare mining meta, the Arasta. One entry per video, just be a member for automatic entry as always, or subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video is what everybody, absolutely everybody, is going to be calling the Ursa Medevac. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond with Ray's Guide.